Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to my counseling corner. I'm so glad you're here every week, checking in with me, taking good care of yourself. Thank you. Today, I would like to talk to you about the grumpies and your mindset. You know, life throws a lot of unexpected things at us. And I would definitely say ending your school year at home falls under that category. Sometimes we have kind of a rotten day, sometimes a rotten week, for some of us a rotten month, and we just want things back to normal. I can relate to that, can you? Today my story is a short one. It's about a friend of ours, Alexander, who's just really having a rotten day. I wonder how he copes with it. This is a story that I read with my children when they were small. It's been used a lot in case you can't tell from the worn pages, because my kids can relate to this. They related to it growing up. All of us have hard times. So please listen as I read this story. Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And you can see that Judith Viorst is the author. Okay, so our friend Alexander dealing with his bad day right there. Okay. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this where you can see the picture pretty well. Does that work? Okay. Here we go. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I wonder what his facial expression and his body language tell you. I think it matches his teddy bear. What do you think? At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit and his breakfast cereal, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. Is moving to Australia going to make his day better? Not so sure about that. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. No one even answered. I guess he's being ignored. That's not a good feeling, is it, boys and girls, to be ignored? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I wonder if him thinking that is keeping his day and his attitude in a yucky place. That's kind of what I'm guessing. What about you? What do you think? I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack. I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. Do you think his bad attitude is making his friends uncomfortable? How do you feel when your friends are really negative around you? Or when they're calling you names or saying mean things about you? Does that make you want to stay friendly with them? I think Alexander's choices and mindset are influencing his relationships. Let's go on. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to pack dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. Do you think going to Australia is going to make his cavity get better? Not so sure. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to get to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. And while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and she scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I told everybody. No one even answered. Wow, he is not happy today, is he? So then we went to the shoe store to buy some new sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoe man said, well, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. Wow. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copy machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow that he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that, even in Australia. So I really like this book because it reminds me that, you know, sometimes our days don't start out right, or our weeks, or our months, or our school year. But really when it comes down to it, it's our mindset. It's how we choose to look at our life, to look at our situation, to look at our minute, our hour, our day, and figure out what we're going to do with it. So if you're having a bad day like Alexander, what choices can you make to move through your day in a positive way? Maybe start to notice all the things that are good in your life and not focus so much on all that's negative. If you like the story and you feel like reflecting, I'm going to have an attachment underneath my lesson so that you can show me a picture of, on one half of the page, a day where things were going badly for you, but on the other half, I want you to draw me a picture of what you did to turn your day around. It's important to know how we can turn our day around, and there are so many ways. Okay, I'm thinking talk to people who love you, do an activity you enjoy, just take a break, go to your calming corner, hug a stuffed animal, hug your pet. A lot of you have shown me that you're hugging your pets. So many good ways we can take care of ourselves and take care of our mindset. So that's my lesson for this week. Boys and girls, thanks for tuning in. Please keep coming back. It makes me happy that you can at least see me this way and that I'm close to you. Like that. Okay, until we meet again, have a great week.